We're going to make this review short and sweet, folks. Go see Cocaine Bear. You will not be disappointed. We're going to get into that review right now. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel today for another review. And today we're going to be reviewing the new film Cocaine Bear, coming to theaters February 24th. Two things before we actually get down to, telling you how I feel about this film, which I already said, go see. Number one, our director, Elizabeth Banks. Thank you. Absolutely thank you. Because for whatever I thought this film was going to be, it was all that plus more in the most good, positive way absolutely possible. And then I heard that you may be working on a sequel or just another film within this universe. And I heard it's going to be called Cocaine Shark. Hey, listen, give me that. Sign me up. I will take that right now. Cocaine Shark, Cocaine Squirrels, Cocaine Sheep. Give it to me all, because this film was so good. I need more. And I loved a lot of Elizabeth Banks' other films, Charlie's Angels and Pitch Perfect, but this easily is my favorite. Not even a question here. So yes, give me more. And then the other big thing is obviously rest in peace, Ray Liotta, which is one of his last films before his sudden passing, and he was fantastic in this as our villain, who comes in and really shakes things up a little bit here, adds a little bit of toughness to the movie with all the silliness happening, but overall just an amazing performance, and across the board just really elevated the film to take you into that third act strongly, to really send us off on a high note. So absolutely rest in peace to one of the best to ever do it in Ray Liotta. Now, getting to the film here, it's a must watch, folks, because when you see Cocaine Bear, you know it's going to be silly. You know it's going to be campy. And for the folks who love things like Sharknado, or even movies like Airplane or Hot Shots, that type of exaggeration and comedy, it does all of that, and then it mixes it with some horror. This is a good old slasher. This bear is unhinged on a blood mountain, and the brutality in this film, the special effects along with it, with the gore, is so good. You're going to have your jaw drop one way or another, whether it's the laughs or whether it is the brutal killings. You're just going to be wow. And they do not let up. From the beginning to the end, they just keep delivering, and one after another after another. And then the script is so good. There's so many enjoyable characters in this. And talking about the cast really quickly, Keri Russell, O'Shea Jackson, Christian Convery, who is easily my favorite character in this film. He plays, appropriate to his age here, Henry, alongside of Brooklyn Prince, who's Dee Dee, who are two kids who just went into Blood Mountain because they wanted to visit the waterfall. They skipped school to do so, but in fact they ran into a bear juiced up on some cocaine. But the dialogue between the two of them, and frankly just the dialogue with the entire cast, even meshing with them, so good. But yeah, Isaiah Whitlock Jr. is fantastic in this. There's so many different people that just really shine in their moments in the film. But easily Henry's my favorite character. This little kid is amazing, and I love the script that was attached to all of these characters. Just really good, enjoyable dialogue here, and just crazy antics from beginning to the end. But like I said, when you talk about Cocaine Bear here, this is like a cat on catnip times 1,000. If you got a cat and that thing going around doing the zoomies and acting all crazy, it's like that. But this bear is completely addicted. He like, I need my cocaine, and anybody that's in my way is going to take an L. And I'm telling you, those L's are not lowercase. It is crazy. And yes, while this film is inspired by a true story in 1985, which is not even worth mentioning because it's so overly exaggerated, what's the point? But I do love that there was source material to kind of build upon and go into its own direction, which is entirely fun. But just to kind of tell you what is happening in this film, you have a lot of people converging into Blood Mountain because there was some drugs, cocaine, trying to be transported from Colombia into America, and the plane went down. The bags that were thrown out didn't hit their mark, and now things are missing. And so you have folks going to go get their drugs. You got folks being sent to go get the drugs. You got the law enforcement on the trails of the folks who trying to get their drugs. You got the two kids who just want to see the waterfall. You got the parents of the kids looking and wondering where their kids are at since they're not in school. You got all these different things. Oh, you got a park ranger who just trying to have a normal day. But yeah, all these things are happening while a cocaine bear is on the loose and marking his territory and not having it no other way. And I mean, this bear is, listen, there is about 14 million of drugs within each of these duffel bags. And the way that this bear is consuming these keys, one after another, I mean, honestly, what could you expect? This thing is juiced up. They got super strength, super agility, just the crazy antics. And I mean, it is a killing machine, because if you are in this way, you are going to take a nail. And considering the bear in terms of the CGI, it kind of gives you the Lion King vibes, which I didn't mind, but I know a lot of people hate. But the fact that it does look kind of like wonky at times, it just makes the film so much more enjoyable and funny, because you're just like, this is silly, but man, do I love this. So it's endless amounts of laughs and fun. It is a bloody, brutal, unhinged horror film tied in with some good old comedy, even some feel-good moments, I guess, that is just completely exaggerated. And I gotta say, these characters come in and they just all bring us a different element to the film. Like the kids bring like good energy to the film, and then when you talk about Ray's character and Sid, I mean, listen, he comes in and it just almost feels like a Western. You can tell he's the big guy around town, the big bad guy around town. And when he says he needs his drugs, he ain't letting nothing get in his way. And there's just so many different things that just kind of goes on here. But nonetheless, there is mid-credit scenes, so you make sure you check that out. And as I said, Miss Elizabeth Banks, let's get to going. We need some more cocaine animals in this universe of yours that you're creating here. But listen, folks, check this one out. No brainer. It is a must-see. So much fun. Just be ready to laugh. Just be ready to have your jaw drop. Be wild. Your mind is not going to be prepared for what you're going to see. There is going to be blood splatter, brains everywhere, clawing, all sorts of different things are going to happen. Just be ready for it. But Cocaine Bear, folks, check it out. It's in theaters February 24th. After you check it out, jump in the comments, let me know. And as always, stay tuned for more reviews very soon.
I